Let's get into our big story. That is an important showdown. Two-loss teams. The winner is going to be able to continue its CFB push. Both have impressive victories under their belts. The Huskers, the only team to beat Cincinnati, while the Trojans took down Michigan. There is a strength versus strength feel to this one. Trojans lead the nation in passing offense, 326 yards per game. Huskers second in the nation in pass defense. Just 3 TDs allowed through the air. No one in the nation has allowed fewer. And truthfully, guys, the stakes couldn't be higher. And I think we're going to talk about this a lot with these two lost teams. But you win, and you stay in that college football playoff conversation.
I mean, yeah, and then you just think about these two programs. Like, these are two historic, proud programs, blue bloods that have just kind of fallen short over the past decade. And yet here they are knocking on the door. Lincoln Riley gets hired to bring USC back into the playoff conversation. It's year 3, Matt Rule. We've been talking about it since the offseason, that chance to take a jump. But there'll be only one winner this Saturday. And as you mentioned, the strength on strength, it's the Trojans pass game against the dominant Nebraska secondary. I think the line of scrimmage ultimately will decide this game. The weather report, mid-30s Saturday night. Obviously, Lincoln and the Trojans have struggled on the road. And I got some stats for you here. Michigan's run defense, 15th in the Big Ten in yards per game, Nebraska's run defense, 15th in the conference in yards per game allowed, 16th in the conference in yards per carry allowed. One hidden fact of the Trojans offense, they have been outstanding running between the tackles. They have the number 6 PFF grade in terms of run grade, running between the tackles. They're 7th in explosive run rate between the tackles. And they are number 2 in yards per carry before contact, running between the tackles. You think about what Michigan did. They ran right into the heart of Nebraska's defense. Minnesota did the same thing. I expect USC is going to run right downhill at Nebraska's defense.
You just don't know who's going to do it for USC, since they've gotten to like the 7th or 8th guy on the preseason running back depth chart.
Who's pretty good.
But all of those guys have shown that they can run. I also think this is a huge game for both teams, yes, but specifically for Nebraska and all this talk with Matt Rule in year 3, it's at home, and their schedule in comparison to what USC has the rest of the way, Nebraska's schedule significantly more manageable.
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity, and I mean, looking forward, selfishly, I would love for that Nebraska-Iowa game rivalry at the end of the year to have playoff implications. How fun would that be? But it starts, obviously, with this game. I want to go and talk real quick about Nebraska's rushing offense. I think Emmett Johnson is the most underrated running back in all of college football. I mean, he is an absolute star. When we called the Maryland game a few weeks ago, Matt Rule compared Emmett Johnson to Christian McCaffrey, and I'm like, wow, that's high praise. But when you watch him move, the way he breaks tackles, what he's able to do in the passing game, the screen game as a blocker, I think for Nebraska to win, they're going to need to ride Emmett Johnson all the way home as well.
He is second in the Big Ten in scrimmage yards per game, just does so much for them, as you said, in the pass game as well. He really shines, and then he really is their only tailback that they use in any significant amount. It is interesting to think about how important this game is for Nebraska. I mean, we've talked about how long it's been, 9 years since they've beaten a ranked team. And I remember thinking about the Michigan game and just thinking, if not now, when? Like, this was the weekend that it had to happen. It just felt like the stars were aligned, and it didn't, as we know. Now it feels like they get a second chance at it here against USC in a game where, again, if you win this game, you're in that conversation. I don't think there's any question about it.
And it's at night. It's at Memorial Stadium. It's the kind of game I remember early in the Mike Riley era. They were wondering when would it come back around. Night game against Miami. Another historically terrific team came in, and it kind of started to build things up. Like, this is a game they're building up. Matt Rule himself this week building it up during his press conference. The fans are going to be there. We know the implications. You got to show up. This is a massive game for Nebraska for so many different reasons.